Welcome. Jump on, like, tag, share. I'm down, y'all. I'm down about 20 pounds. I need about 20 more so I can be back conditioned. So y'all pray for me to continue on this weight loss journey so I can get down about 20 more pounds, all right? And if you got some tips, inbox me, hard on the water. So, got a new natural supplement also. It's good for the dietary, also, and for weight loss. So, what y'all afternoon looking like, or evening, or whatever time frame it is? So, let me know. How had your week been? Happy birthday to all those that got birthdays today, anniversaries. Congratulations. Hello, Sister Tanya. How you doing? And so I just was pondering because, I have the platform Ready to Say I Do, which is about 8,000 people. And of course, I'm always at my max with friends. So I got 5,000 friends, about 18,000 followers. And then, for the open topics, cover these kind of a lot of things: relationships, marriage, singles, divorce, separated, those kind of things also. So today, I was going to write it, but then I said, no, I don't want to write it. I'm going to just flow with it, concerning serial daters, And I think this is something very informative and educational, that those of us that are marriage-minded, and that has the mantle for marriage and that are marriage material, that we need to stop meeting people that are serial daters, And on one aspect, we got to blame ourselves, for allowing it, And people always say, well, how long, before should a person propose, or be exclusive, or be ready to say I do? It's according to the couple. But my personal opinion is it shouldn't take very long. You should know, within the first year, if you're going to get married, 2 years at the max, if you're relocating, got to get a job, get your career together, get settled, merge, work on your financial obligations, see what else business things you have to take care of, to get the ring, or to have your mind made up. How you doing, my sister Evangelist Robin? And so, serial daters, you got to beware, because some people, they only date exclusively, They just want somebody to go with. They just want somebody to travel with, They just want somebody to do life with, but without the commitments of marriage, of eternity, with responsibility, that headship and that submission, And I think this is something that's an issue that's in the church, as well. So we definitely need to fix this issue in the body of Christ, these serial daters, And so my advice to you is to find out up front, if they are marriage-minded, what their views are on marriage, before you start engaging, before you start investing your time, before you start going on dates, before you get united, before you start catching feelings, emotions, making life plans, merging families, bank accounts, housing, vehicles, and all those other sorts of things. Introducing to family, stop introducing people to your family and your children, and it's not leading to marriage. You're just dating, or you just living together without an expected end of marriage, And it's some good men and women of God that have been going in these cycles. You go on a couple of dates, seem like they're interested. You start spending time, catching feelings, catching emotions, only to find out that they just want to date. They don't want the commitment of marriage. They don't want the responsibility of marriage. They don't want the work that come with marriage. And that's how you can separate these people also, because people that are marriage minded understand the mission, the vision, and the work that comes along with it, And if you're meeting people that are just comfortable dating, those might be some people you want to exclude out of your life, or check off of your list, or remove from your inbox or your contact list, So that's another thing in this time, in this season, when you meet these serial daters, you need to detach, so they can't keep revisiting your life, calling you up, sending you a text saying, hey, what you doing? Let's go on a date, let's get together, and then also that serial data aspect also is, if you've been living together, you've been living together for some time, for some years, the question or the conversation ain't come up about marriage, and that's something that that you want, and that's something that you can't compromise on, then why would you stay? Why would you stay? You keep going in the same cycle. You got to break that cycle. You got to get deliverance in that area, so you won't keep meeting serial daters, because you're hindering yourself. You're hindering your life, your vision, and your calling for what God has for you, because many of the things that God has for you is with your spouse, is with your mate, that's going to elevate you, that's going to take you to the next level, that's going to pull things out of you that only marriage can pull out of you, and not just date. See what I'm saying? And that mindset really needs to be changed with many men and women of God, that just want to date. So you need to let them know your stance. You need to let them know your position, because serial daters, they don't care. Y'all can live together 1 to how many ever years, without marriage, but you're living like you're married. See, that's a trait of a serial dater. They don't mind living together as long as y'all can pay the bills together. Y'all got your finances joined together. You're living like you're married, but they don't want the commitment. They don't want the responsibility. They don't want that calling. They don't want that vision. And if you're going to break generational curses, it's got to be in marriage, because that's what God said he honors. So if God honors marriage, then you as a man or a woman of God should honor marriage and shouldn't involve yourself in serial daters. All of us at some time, have been in that process, but it's time for us to wake up, I say it this way: start doing interviews, start doing your spiritual checkup, because everybody's ministry is not marriage, and everybody's mantle is not marriage. So make sure you're not hooking up with people that are serial daters, because that means they don't have that mantle, you know. So, but yeah, so I was pondering that, and I said, people need to hear this, you know, because, you know, you got people joining all of these different platforms, these different groups, you know, these different sites, you know, looking for a wife, waiting for a husband, you know, all these kind of things. And then, you know, only to come to find out that it's only going to be a text relationship, you know. You can't really get to know somebody over texting, you know. Or maybe a couple of phone conversations, or maybe just a couple of random dates, you know. Some go to the extent they even have sex, you know. They don't care. They know you don't want the commitment of marriage. So it's just easy to continue to be exclusive, dating, having sex, maybe even living together, you know, because they ain't considering your calling. They're not considering your mantle. And truth be told, that's not alignment. That's not oneness. That's not unity. That's not what God has for your life. So you got to remove yourself, you know. You got to remove yourself, because the longer you continue, you know, in serial dating, the longer you hold off on that next level, that next dimension. And a lot of times, that man or that woman could be on your friend list, could be a follower of yours, could be in the inbox, on your job, you know, what have you. Maybe in another city, maybe in another town. You're afraid to relocate, you know. So you got to do what's best that works for you also, because some people have family members that they're caretaker of, so they can't relocate, you know. That's something that you and them should discuss, you know. Lay it out on the table. How y'all gonna merge, you know, if you have to relocate, you know, how they gonna assist you, how they gonna help you, you know. And that's another thing. Stop relocating to date. You know, people need to be told that. Stop relocating to date. You know, especially if you know the outcome ain't gonna be marriage. You done uproot your whole life, then move to a whole nother city, then move to a whole nother state. You know, that's not good. That's not good. And I'm preaching to me too. I'm not just preaching to you, because I've done it myself, you know. So this message is personal too, you know. You know, because I've lost time, lost years, lost opportunities, relocating to be with a serial dater, you know. And then people ask, what happened? You know, it was a serial dater, you know. Because my mindset is marriage ministry. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to meet somebody with the same mentality and the same ministry, you know, and with the same mantle. And yeah, that's very important. That's very key. So stop giving your number out to people that you know that they're serial daters. Stop allowing the texting, you know, or the voice messaging on the inbox. You know, like they say, the DM. You know, you're going to have to start loving yourself. You're going to have to start understanding what God has for you. Because truth be told, many of us, time is not on our side, you know. Especially you getting in your late 30s, early 40s, mid 40s, late 40s, you know, early 50s, mid 50s, late 60s. It's time out for serial dating. It's time out for a spouse, soulmate, life partner. It's time for alignment, unity, and oneness. that you can get what God has for you, because what God has for you in the next level is in that mate that he's invested it in. And serial dating, you're wasting time with somebody that can't give you those things. So that's cheating yourself. That's cheating your destiny. That's cheating the promise that God made to you. Some people haven't had children yet because they haven't met that spouse, because they've been meeting serial daters. So they've put off having children, you know. Some people haven't bought a home yet because they've been meeting serial daters, you know, and been having to start over, you know. So we got to stop that process, you know. That's what we need to break. We need to get deliverance in that area, you know. We need to stop allowing ourselves to be in that kind of bondage, you know. They got a word for it they call now situationships, you know. It ain't a relationship, it's a situationship. Because if it don't have any eternal benefits, then it's a situationship. I don't care what you call it, you know. I don't care how long you've been living together. I don't care how much bills you pay together. I don't care what kind of things you've attained together, what kind of things you had access to, how many trips you done took together, how many pictures you done took together, how many platforms you own together. It's still a situationship. Because what's only recognized in the eyes of God is husband and wife, you know. And I ain't saying run out there and just marry somebody, but get in alignment, get in unity with somebody that you can be prepared to say I do to, or accept saying I do to, you know. And so I just want to instill that, impart that, inspire and motivate, encouraging that you know, beware of them serial daters, you know. Beware, you know. Beware. So hope you continue the rest of your weekend blessed and safe, and that you be renewed in your mind in this arena, in your singleness, and that God has someone prepared for you, that he's invested everything in them, place everything in them that you need, that you don't have to settle, you don't have to compromise, and you don't have to keep going in that same cycle week after week, month after month, year after year. See what I mean? You can break that and walk into your destiny and the fulfillment of the promise that God has for you. And if you need my assistance, contact me for some advice or counsel, what have you. And until next time, I'll see you out there on all our platforms, social media outlets. And it's your brother, your friend, Bishop Anthony M. Utsey. And if this has been a blessing to you, just share it. Or you can invest, donate, give. Inbox me for the Cash App. I don't think I put it up there today, but just want to bring you this message of beware of serial daters. So grace and peace be unto you. Blessings, favor. Until next time, till we meet. I'll see you out there on those posts. I'll see you out there on those other platforms and those other groups. And God bless you. One love to you. Peace.